Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're gonna have this amazing project, a slider sign in, sign up form. Basically, we have this elegant form with this overlay on the side that have this sign up button. If you click it, you have this sign in form. So you can toggle between sign in and sign up with this very cool effect, okay? So we can do that by using CSS, transform and translate, and also a little bit of JavaScript. Alright, let's begin for the start, okay, for scratch. Let's create our folder and call it sign in and sign up form, okay. Let's open our project that's our desktop. Let me close this one and let's create a structure. Let's start create our index.html. Let's create also our style.css and now our main.js, okay. Let me close this one and create our boilerplate. In here we're gonna need our links from Font Awesome, okay? We're gonna use those ones for social icons. We need also this link that's gonna connect our HTML to our CSS style. And for the title, let's say slider sign up, sign in, okay? Now let's move to the body. And let's create our main container. This one will surround everything, okay? Let's call it container and ID container. It's gonna be used in our JavaScript. Inside this one, you're gonna have this another div called sign up container, and we have this form, okay? Let's have our H1, let's say create account. Let me show you in real time. We're gonna be code on the left and you can see on the right in real time everything we're doing here, okay? Let's create another one, another div, this one social container. Let me move this to make it bigger so you can see better, okay? Let's have our links and let's give a class of social, okay? And here we have the icons from Font Awesome. This one is gonna be FE Facebook/F, okay? Let me copy this one and paste 2 times. We need 3 icons, okay? This one is gonna be Google Plus, okay? Let's move to the third one. This one is gonna be LinkedIn -IN, okay? -IN. Now let's have our spam, and the spam is gonna have this or use your email for registration, okay? We're gonna have some inputs here. This one type text placeholder name. Let me copy this one and paste 2 times. This one is going to be email, placeholder email. This one is password and placeholder also password, okay? The next step here is going to be a button, okay? Let me create it here, button, and let's type sign up, okay? Alright, this part here is done. Now let's move to our sign-in container, okay? This has 2 classes, form container and also sign-in container. Inside this one, we're gonna have also our form, our H1, type sign-in, and again we need our social container div, okay? Instead of typing, we're gonna copy the links from here and just paste it, okay? Now let's move to our spam. And here we're gonna say or use your account, okay? Now let's go to our input. This one type email, placeholder also email. Let's copy this one and paste. type password, and placeholder also password. Okay, and here we're gonna have a link and type forgot your password. Now it's time for a button. This one, sign in. Okay, all right. Now let's create another div. Okay, the third more important here, the overlay container. In this one, let's have overlay. All right, and another div here is going to be overlay panel, overlay left. So two classes. Inside this one, we're going to have the H1. Welcome back. We're gonna have also this paragraph here. All right. And it's time for us to have our button here. This one is different. This one is gonna have a class of ghost and also ID sign up. We're gonna be using that in JavaScript. Okay, the text is sign in. Okay, now let's create the overlay right. Okay, overlay panel, overlay right. You're using image. You can do the normal way if you want. Okay, H1 here, we are gonna say hello friend and have our paragraph. All right, now let's have a button here. It's gonna have the same class, ghost, and a different ID. This one is gonna be sign up, and for the text, sign up. Okay. All right, let me fix this one. Okay, our markup is done. The next step is gonna be give it some style using CSS and JavaScript. Not worry, because you can download this down below in the video description. Okay, so you don't lose your time typing it. This is our CSS. Let's start off by importing Montserrat font from Google Fonts. And now let's have our CSS reset. Let's add border box to everything. Okay. Next step here, let's go live and see on the right everything we code on the left. Okay, let's grab the body. Font family is going to be Montserrat and sans serif. For the background, let's pick a light gray color. The layout here is going to be flex. Flex direction, you also want that to be colon. Justify content center and align item center. Height 100 VH, and to push it up, let's use margin minus 20 pixels, 50 pixels. Okay. Now let's go to our H1. We are setting up our core element. Let's remove the margin with margin 0. Next is going to be our paragraph. Font size 14 pixels. Font weight 100. Line height 20 pixels. Layer spacing is going to be 0.5 pixels. Let's give some margin. Top and bottom 20 pixels. 30 pixels. Now let's grab our span and let's make it smaller, okay, with font size 12 pixels. And for the links, color is going to be dark gray. Font size 14 pixels. Let's remove any type of underline with text decoration none. margin is gonna be 15, top and bottom 0, okay? Now let's go to our container. The container is gonna wrap around everything. The color is gonna be white. Border radius 10 pixels. Make it a little bit round, okay? And now let's take care of our box shadow. This is very important part, okay? I'm gonna make it very deep shadow. You can pause the video and copy those values, okay? RGBA 000 for black and 0.22 for opacity. Position relative. Overflow hidden. And also let's give a width 768 pixels. Max width 100%. And min height of 480 pixels. Alright, moving now to our actual forms. Remember that we have two of them, okay? Background here is gonna be white. Our layout here is gonna be a flex. And flex selection is going to be up to down or column. All right, let's give it a padding of 0.50 pixels, a height of 100%, and let's give it justify content and align items center. All right, put our content right in the center. Test align also center. Let's do the social containers, okay? Add some margin to the top and bottom of 20 pixels and 0. Next thing here, we are gonna target our links. Let's give it some border, 1 pixel solid, and let's choose this color, DDD. Let's make it round with border radius 50%. Display here is gonna be inline flex. Justify content center. Align also center, okay? Now let's push them away from each other with margin 0 and 5 pixels, left and right. Let's give it 40 pixels for height and width. Alright, next let's do these inputs, okay? Let's set the background to a little darker, AAA. Let's have border none. Add some pad of 12 pixels and 50 pixels. Now let's separate them with margin 8 pixels top and bottom, 0 left and right, with 100% of its container. It already starts looks pretty nice, okay? Our bottom, let's give it some style of border radius 20 pixels, make it a little round. Let's give it a border, 1 pixel solid, and let's pick this color here. For the background, let's use the same color. Let me copy and paste here. Font size 12 pixels. And font weight bold, okay? We also need to add some padding of make it wide, okay, with 12 pixels and 45 pixels left and right. Layer space is gonna be 1 pixel. And text transform uppercase. Let's add transition on transform. AMS is in. Now let's grab a button, active state, okay? Let's use transform scale .95. And button focus. Let's get rid of that ugly outline. As you can see, we have a very nice effect here, okay? You click it and you see that transform scale working nice. Now let's move to another button. This one, the ghost one, background transparent, and border color is gonna be white. Let's grab our form container, position absolute, top is gonna be 0, height 100%, and let's also give it a transition. It's gonna be all .6 is in out. Now let's grab each individual form, okay? Sign in and sign up form, okay? Sign in container, left, let's set it to 0. Let's give the width of 50% and Z index of 2, always on the top of the sign up, okay? Let's go to the next one, sign up container. Let's give it a left of 0, width of 50%. Let's give a opacity of 0. We're gonna be using that in JavaScript. And Z index of 1, less than signing in. Signing in was 2 and this one is just 1, okay? Now let's start working with our overlay. Position absolute, top is going to be 0. As you can see on the right, we start to have a nice layout. Left 50%, width 50%, height 100%. Overflow is going to be hidden. And let's add transition on transform. 6 seconds is in out. Let's do the overlay class. Let's choose this background. We are also gonna have a linear gradient, okay? It's gonna be to the right. Let's choose this color here. It's gonna from this one to the second one, okay? No repeat. Cover. For the text, let's choose a color of white. Position here is going to be relative. Left, let's give it minus 100%. Height 100%. And width 200%. Take the full width of the main container. Let's add a transition property here, a transform property here. Alright, let's make our general panels first. Let's start the overlay panel. Position, let's use absolute. Top is gonna be 0. Display layout flex. And flex direction, we're gonna use column, okay? Right now we cannot see because the content is behind this one, so we are gonna fix that going to overlay right, making us to see the elements, okay? Let's set right to 0 and transform translate also to 0. So now we can see part of the element. Let's go back to over panel, justify content and also align item center. Padding here, let's have 0, 40, okay. Height 100%, width 50%, text align center, all right. And let's add transform translate 0. Also transition on transform 0.6 seconds is in out. Alright, now we can move to the overlay left. This one we're gonna add transform translate minus 20%. Alright, let's jump into our main JS, okay? In here, let's create a couple of variables. This one is sign up button, document get element by ID. The ID here is sign up. We did it in our HTML structure, okay? Now let's move to the second variable here. Let's create another variable here. Let's call it sign in. Document get element by ID, and this time sign in. The last one is gonna be a container get element by ID. Guess what? The element is gonna be our container. Now let's add a event listener that fires when a user clicks our button, okay? Sign up button, add event listener when the user clicks it. Something is gonna happen. Our container dot class list is gonna add a class. Let's call this class right panel active, okay? Now sign in button. Let's add another event listener. Again, when the user click our button, container class list. This time we're gonna remove our right panel activity. It's simple like that. When he clicks the sign in button, it activates it. When he clicks another one, it's gonna remove that. Okay, simple like that. Alright, now let's start the animation part of our project, okay? This is very fun part of our project, you're gonna love it. Now let's move the sign in to the right. Remember, when this is active, we are targeting sign in container. It's the same as say when you click the button, okay? Sign in container, transform and translate 100%. Okay, as you can see, it's working here on the right. Now let's go to the move overlay to left. Let's start our overlay and transform translate minus 100%. Alright. The next step here is gonna be bring our sign up over the sign in. Here is gonna be a little bit different, okay? Text transform. Let me select this one, sign up. Text transform. Translate 100% in X direction, alright. Opacity, it was 0, let's change it to 1, and Z index 5. As you can see on the right, it's already working. The next step here is going to move the overlay back to the right, okay? It's going to be also very simple. We did a big part of our JavaScript. Overlay, transform and translate 50%. You can see there is a problem here with our text. Welcome back. You can see just part of it, so let's fix it. Let's select our overlay left and transform and translate 0. As you can see, it's done. Now let's start our overlay right, transform, translate 20%. Okay, it's working. So that's it. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave a like if you like it, and see you in our next videos.